The suitcase was already half-packed by the time Don Romano got home. He found it on the bed, open, clothes folded inside with the kind of precision that told him this wasn't a moment of impulse. Sophia had been planning this for hours, maybe longer. She stood by the closet, pulling another sweater from a hanger, not looking up when he walked in. "Sophia! Don't!" She kept folding. "Not yet. Let me finish this first." "Finish what, exactly?" She stopped then, sweater still in her hands, and finally looked at him. Her eyes were dry, but there was something behind them harder than tears, a decision already made, not one still forming. "I'm taking the kids to my sister's for a few days." "A few days? Maybe longer. I don't know yet." He crossed the room, careful not to close the distance too fast, the way he might approach something dangerous. "This is about the camera. This is about everything." Her voice was steady, controlled in a way that unsettled him more than shouting would have. "The camera. The note in Emma's backpack. The men outside my daughter's school that Victor won't tell me the real reason for. I am so tired, Marco, of finding out how much danger my children are in only after it's already inside my house. I've handled every one of those things. That's exactly the problem." She set the sweater down, hands finally still. "You handle things quietly, efficiently, and I'm supposed to trust that it's over because you say it's over. But I don't get to see the whole picture, do I? I only get the parts you decide I can carry. I protect you by keeping some of it away from you. You don't protect me. You protect yourself from having to watch my face while I find out what you really are." The words came out sharper than she meant them, and for a moment neither of them spoke. He sat down slowly on the edge of the bed, some of the certainty draining out of him. "You've known who I am since the day you married me. I knew who you told me you were. I've spent 13 years discovering the rest in pieces, usually in the middle of the night, usually after something's already happened." She sat down across from him, the suitcase between them like a wall. "I married a man. I didn't marry an empire with 2 children living inside its walls. They're my children too. Then start acting like their safety matters more than your silence." Her voice cracked slightly, the first real break in her composure. "I found Emma's camera before you told me about it. Victor told me. Not you. You were going to handle it first and inform me after, like I'm someone who needs managing instead of someone who needs to know." Don Romano was quiet for a long moment, staring at his own hands. "I didn't want you to carry the fear before I had answers. I'd rather carry fear with the truth than carry nothing while you carry everything alone." She reached for the sweater again, folded it, set it in the suitcase with more force than necessary. "I can't keep living like this, waiting for the next thing to show up in a backpack, a smoke detector, a phone call in the middle of the night that you won't explain." "So you're leaving?" "I'm thinking about it. There's a difference, and I need you to understand that difference, because right now I honestly don't know which way this goes." Emma's voice drifted up from downstairs, calling for Lucas about something trivial, unaware of the conversation happening above her. Sophia flinched slightly at the sound, glancing toward the door. "Does she know?" Don Romano asked quietly. "No. And she won't, not from me, not tonight." Sophia lowered her voice further. "But children feel things, Marco, even when we think we're hiding them well. Lucas already knows more than either of us wanted him to. I won't have Emma growing up the same way, piecing together the truth from stolen glances at your phone. What do you want from me? Tell me exactly, and I'll do it." She looked at him for a long moment, something in her expression softening slightly despite everything. "I want to know that when something threatens this family, I hear about it from you, immediately, not after Victor decides I've earned the information. I want a say in what happens to keep my children safe, not just the aftermath explained to me once you've already decided. That's not how I've ever operated. Then it's time you learned a new way to operate, or I take my children somewhere you'll have to actually explain yourself just to see them." The threat landed exactly as hard as she meant it to. He'd faced down men with guns without flinching, and here he was, silenced by his own wife holding a folded sweater. "I don't want you to leave." "I know you don't." "That's not the same as giving me a reason to stay." He stood, walked to the window, looked down at the garden where Victor's car sat parked in its usual spot. "The men involved in Emma's camera, we found who sent the technician. It traces back to a rival family testing how close they can get before I respond. I was going to tell you tonight, after I confirmed it myself." "See, that's it exactly. You confirm it yourself first. Always." She closed the suitcase halfway, not finishing the zip. "What if, just this once, you told me while it was still uncertain? Let me be frightened with you instead of protected from you." He turned back to face her. "It's not weakness to want to shield you. It's not strength either. It's control, and I am done mistaking the two." The room went quiet again, the kind of quiet that either ends a marriage or remakes it, depending on what happens next. "Stay," he said finally. "Not because I'm asking you to trust me blindly. Because I'm asking you to give me the chance to trust you with everything, starting tonight. No filtering, no waiting for confirmation. Whatever I know, you know, the moment I know it." Sophia studied his face for a long time, searching for the lie she half expected to find there and not finding it. "If you break that promise once," she said quietly, "I won't warn you before I pack that suitcase again." "I understand." She didn't finish packing. She sat down on the edge of the bed instead, and for the first time since he'd walked into the room, some of the tension left her shoulders. "Tell me about the rival family," she said. "All of it. Now." And for the first time in 13 years of marriage, he did.